Hi, second grade. We are diving back into those fractions today, and we are building on what we already know about our halves, our thirds, and now today we're going to be dividing our shapes into 4 equal parts, or what we call fourths. That makes sense, doesn't it? Let's take a peek at our target, and we will get started. Go ahead and I can partition a circle and rectangle into 4 equal parts. These words are not unknown to us today. We're experts on them now, aren't we? That word partition, breaking up into parts. Our circle, our never-ending curved line. Our rectangle, that could be a square if we see it. And we're going to divide it into 4, that's right, 4 equal parts. And that word equal means what? It means the same. And that means the same size, right? So we're looking for shapes that are the same size, all right? We are going to start out, and I do want you to take a moment, and just like we did yesterday, we're going to start with our whole, and I want you to trace with your pencil and your tracing tool, right? Might be a cup that you have in front of you, or something, so that you can have some circles that you can trace and cut out. So I cut out 2 in case I need to, and I'm just going to do a quick cutout. So remember, if you're at school, you guys can go ahead and do that on your own. If you need help, please raise your hand. I'll come and help you. And if you are at home, you might find a grown-up to help you divide or cut out those trace and cut out those circles. Don't worry, if you need to pause me, please feel free to, and then play me when you are ready, because I'm going to keep trucking along. Thumbs in front of your tummies when you have those circles, and those scraps can just go to the side. All right, I'm seeing some thumbs getting finished up. I love how my friends have their circles at the top of their workspace with the rest of their papers, so that they have what they need, but they're not playing with them right now, right? We don't want those to be something that we get distracted with and then we can't keep learning. So thank you for putting that at the top of your workspace. Ooh, and some of you just moved them there as I was saying that. Thank you so much. Okie dokie. Today we're partitioning a circle and rectangle into those 4 equal parts. And we're going to start with this beautiful pink whole. Everybody say whole with me one more time. Whole. Now, I want you to think about, we've already been dividing some of these. How might you divide this into 4 equal parts? I'm not going to divide it first this time. I'm going to let you all start to divide them. And I want you to go ahead and fold them. Don't cut them yet. Fold them and show me where those folds are. And as I come around, I'm going to be looking to see, or as your grown-up is looking at your work, have them double check and make sure that you can prove to them that there are actually 4 equal parts. And we're going to put up some of those parts that you have at your seats. Go ahead and get started. I love seeing some different ways of thinking already. What did you do first? Oh. Can I have you share that as we come and share? Wonderful. How do you know that those are 4 equal parts? Oh, what's the shape of those 4 equal parts? Oh, very nice. Can you come up with another one? Friends, you do have 3 pieces of paper. And if you're at home, see how many of these different ways that you can make. Okay? 4 pieces of paper. 3 pieces of paper. See the different ways that you can make. Seeing already some different ones. All right. right, we're about ready to come together. Okay. All right. Take a peek at this guy. Can you share with us what you did first? You folded it in half. Anybody else fold in half before they fold it again? Seeing a lot of wiggle waggles. I do the same thing. When I fold it in half, I can make 2 equal parts. And then what did you do? You folded that half and half and had 2. How did you know that that would make 4 equal parts? 2 plus 2 equals 4. 2 over here, 2 over here, and you have 4 what? Rectangles. Did anybody else do this one? I'm seeing, I saw a couple of those today. Can we take a peek and make sure that those are going to really be equal? They look pretty good, don't they? Sometimes when we cut them in half, it's an easy way to prove that they're going to be all 4 equal. Let's take a peek. I have my 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me prove it to you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when I put them on top of each other or I stack them, I see those 4 equal parts. And I know they're equal because there's no hangovers. They're all lining up just right. So this is our 4 equal parts. This is 1. When we put them together, it should make a whole. Okay? All right, I got another one to pop up here in just a second. Let me put this one up. There's 4 equal parts. And remember, guys, we're holding on to these. So if I put up your example, I'll make sure I get it to you. And if you're at home, you want to hold on to them because we're going to be using them for other lessons, okay? When we put them together, they make that one whole, right? All of a sudden, there it is, right? Those papers are the same size. What was another one that we had? Okay. Absolutely. We have those 4 equal parts. When we fold them, did you fold it in half too? But how is this one different than this one? Oh, we folded it in half again. And this one was more of a hamburger than a hot dog, right? Long and skinny, short and fat. Shall we see if it makes 4 equal parts? We see the 4 parts, but are they equal? Let's do a little snip, snip. I love seeing you guys cutting out and about because you're proving to yourself and you're proving to someone around you that they are equal. And it's so important as we're doing math to really prove or justify our work and our thinking. Again, we have 4 parts, don't we? But now we're going to put them together and they overlap just right. Those 4 parts make what? One whole. And I'm actually going to make sure I write that. We have our 4 parts, but they make that one whole. And this one does the same, doesn't it? So I'm going to see if I can use a little bit less tape. We'll see if that's possible. So that we can get back into it because I see another way. It's kind of interesting. Okay. Is it gonna make a hole? Leaving a little bit of space there as I'm taping it up here, but that should be okay. Okay, there's that piece, and we have that hole. 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts, and those are making one whole. This was another one that I saw. What do you notice about this one? 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. What else do you notice about it? They're triangles. Somebody just said it looks a little bit like this one. It does kind of look like that one, doesn't it? Friend, did you fold it in half first? Again, folding it in half first helps us see that a little bit, and then you divided that one. You know, when I fold this back, I can actually see the same one as up there, right? It looks very similar. If I were to trace it with that black marker, you'd see that super easy, right? So I'm going to do that because that's going to help us draw that line. Let's see. If this is 2 equal parts, I wonder if this one would be 4 equal parts. If the other two did that, I wonder if this one will do it too. Let's take a peek. Shall we cut? I'm seeing some friends who didn't think of this one first. They're folding it in half right away. That line from corner to corner is tricky, but it's important to do it from corner to corner, isn't it? Oh, somebody just said it's not the same. Is it? They said this. Uh-oh. Those aren't the same. They don't match up. Oh. We have to turn it. When we turn it, what happens? We still have our 4 parts, don't we? And we put them together. What do we see? We have, they line up just right, don't they? Oh, my friends, I'm telling you, there's some really good math thinking happening here, isn't there? So we're going to put these together. Put that together. Make one beautiful big hole. This is not exactly what we had, but look, when I put them up here, they look a lot bigger, don't they? I just needed to fold them. I just made them go the other way, but it's still 4 parts, isn't it? And it still makes a hole. I'm going to move this down a little bit so you can see that. Actually, I should say put it up a little bit so you can see it. Very good. So now you can see, it may not be the way I organize them so they fit on our chart. They don't match this one, but they're still one big rectangle, and they still are 4 equal parts. So I have a question for you. If I were going to draw up this guy right up here, another rectangle, and I were just to do through the middle right here, and what if I did the middle right here? Are those equal? What do you think? We know this one is, and this one is, and this one is. What about this guy? Turn to your partner or tell a grown-up at home whether you think it is equal, 4 equal parts, or it's not 4 equal parts. Why not? Small, big. Big, small. They're not. So sometimes when we cut them in half, we can't just go, right? We've got to be really thoughtful about how we fold them in half, okay? We'll take a peek at our circle. So I'm going to put up 2 circles. I'm going to fold them 2 different ways, okay? And I'm going to have you tell me there's 2, there's going to be an A and a B circle. Okay, that A and a B. And I'm going to fold it. I folded it in half. And I'm going to fold it in half again. I'm going to do the same thing that we did with our rectangles. And you are going to have to decide, same thing here, fold it in half. And you're going to have to tell your partner, or your little exit task for today is going to be which one shows 4 equal parts, and how do you know? So I'm going to put them up at the same time. I don't want to give you too much thinking ahead of time. You're going to do it when I pop them up. Okay? So we're going to name them circle A and circle B. Okay, and what we're going to do is you're going to take some time. You're going to talk to your partner about this and think which one shows 4 equal parts. Okay, and then you're going to have to prove it. All right, and then we're going to come back together after you do some independent practice, and we're going to name that shape that is divided into 4 equal parts. So we're going to check back in and see towards the end, and with that practice you're doing on your own, you'll have a chance to really justify and practice proving whether they're equal parts or not. Remember, today it's all about those 4 equal parts, or we call those fourths. And I would love to see, or I should say hear, you saying words like fourths, 4 equal parts. I'd love to hear you saying the word whole. Those are words that I want to hear you using when you're explaining your thinking about dividing up these rectangles and circles. Fourths, 4 equal parts, and whole. Those are 3 words or phrases that I want to hear you saying so that I know that you really understand what we're doing today. Can't wait to check in with you and see what we know about those 2 circles.